Hi, my name is Kathy Donaldson, and this is my homework 3. So, after watching the videos on YouTube and taking notes from class and everything, I wanted to talk about some of the things from the videos and our class notes that I found really interesting or that I didn't know in the past, and just taught me some new information regarding interracial unions and same-sex unions as well. So first off of the video about the loving generation, the checking boxes, I thought that it was like, I know it's the whole point, but I thought that it was really cool that like every person speaking was like a result from the Loving v. Virginia court case. And that it was just like cool to think about, like watching all of those people, like that they wouldn't have, like most of them wouldn't have existed without that court case that came into play, because that got Virginia to legalize it and the other, like I think 16 states that didn't have interracial like marriages legalized yet. So thought that was really good. And then from the other video regarding the indigenous people, when one of the guys from the video said that I think one of the ladies said that there's about 500 tribes like in the US, but like a separate 300 of the tribes were not federally recognized. And like these are tribes that like have their own languages, they have their own customs and like beliefs and stuff, and like the US doesn't even like recognize them as a tribe, you know? And it's just like so crazy to me, because I think about like, you know, all of the benefits that we get, you know, by being US citizens and everything, and all the stuff like holidays and, you know, like religious things that like we get, and even like the recognition that other tribes get. And there's 300 of those tribes that still don't get that same treatment. So that was another thing from that video that I thought was crazy. And then from the class notes, when we were talking about like the different like races and like their like own like set of things, when we were talking about African American families, how they are disproportionately like numbered like in lower income brackets compared to like Asian, Native American, white, like Hispanic, all of that. Like they had like the most like in the lowest income bracket. And honestly, I think that just like completely comes from slavery altogether. Because like when you think about like a family like now, like a white family that is like well off, not in all cases, but most of the time, you know, money gets passed down generations. So it's like they had their parents help, you know, and their parents help and yada yada, you know. But African Americans didn't get that, because like it comes to a point when so many of their parents were slaves, you know, or like couldn't go to the same schools as like the same good schools and couldn't get the same educations, and like the list goes on, you know, with civil rights and everything. But my hope is that one day later on in the future, you know, like that will not be the case, that African Americans will not be the lowest in the income bracket, because that is just awful. Like I know that one race has to be the lowest, but they are really, really in the lowest, and like that is not okay. Anyways, and then regarding same-sex marriages, I thought that like it was really like, it struck out to me about how heterosexual and homosexual unions are very similar, despite what like many people believe. And I know like everybody has this big belief that like, oh, if your parents are homosexuals, then like their kid is like, they're gonna pass that down to their kid. And it's just simply like does not work that way. And that's just like one little example of like how like their unions like are very similar to heterosexual unions. But and they have like a lot, like their kids have a lot of positive incomes that heterosexual parents kids do not have. I mean, negative of course too, but you know, there's a balance in between the same. So, but yeah, those are just a couple things from the videos and the notes that I wanted to point out. So, thank you.